What is happening, people? Welcome to the Manc Talk. We are back and we are live in the building. We got Jordan in.
No, Jordan, bro.
Redo
that, bro.
You know what, man? What an hell. Because I'm used to saying Jordan Lewis. It's just like you go together, man. So
what
big
a
up
violation.
to you, man.
What a violation, man. Episode 3, guy don't know my name.
Listen, man. Don't worry, man. I got you, man. But listen, we're here. The Manc Talk City Extra. We're live. Transfer window has ended, man. You know what, man? Are you glad it's over? Or was you excited by it all, man? The whole
You know what it is, yeah? It's like, it can be quite exciting and stuff during the period, but I think when a football starts, it's sort of like your mind's distracted because you want to look at the football, you want to talk about the football, but then you end up talking about the transfers, and it's like sometimes teams can be getting off with bad performances and that because people are just talking about transfers. So yeah, I mean the thing is though, they've tried it. Was it like 2 years ago? They tried doing the transfer window ends at when
I think it should be like that.
Yeah, but the problem with that is if not everyone does it, which is the problem. What happened?
Oh, in Europe. Okay.
So a team can wait for our window to close and then come and buy your player, and then you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But I'm glad it's over, man. Sometimes it goes on a bit too long, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's over, man. And you know what? You guys, are you happy with your transfer window? You guys have sold the most.
Yeah, mate.
You probably bought the best.
You know what I mean? Caldoon eating good tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because we've got like some good profit on our players that we're selling all our academy players, mate.
Academy players you sold on.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Southampton now, obviously, you know what I mean? You've sold a lot of players to them. It's you know what? It's an efficient club, innit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to say the word aspire, but like everyone now is gonna have to do the model of Man City.
Surely people are already copying our style of football. People are already copying, the way our manager looks. If you look at Tanage, he's copying Pep's style, and I think at some point people are going to have to start copying the way that City are running the football club. You know what I mean? We've got all these academy players in. We're picking the best players around the world to come in our academy at like 15, 16, 17 years old. They'll train for us a few years. They probably won't be good enough to play for City because our team's elite. And then we'll sell them on for like 5 to 10 million quid. Now, if you sell on 5 players up to summer, you're looking at like 30 to 50 million quid.
Yeah, it's true, And
it's helping out on the net players, and that's why we can go and buy all these players, And it's when you're looking at City right now, and sometimes you think, what's not going well? It's difficult.
Mate, Haaland, you know what I mean? That signing there, how much did you get for like 50 million?
50 million, with a few extra payments.
Alvarez was 13 or something.
Oh, Alvarez was silly cash, mate.
Silly cash. How did we miss out on that one, man? You know what I mean? Like I said, you got a Kanji who I think for me, because of the way he plays out for the back, I think he'll be of use. You've got the left back that he's still not integrated yet, but again, you know what I mean? So you've actually done well in this window, and I think
our window, bro, honestly. Someone was asking me the other day, like, LB,
Bernardo Silva, kept him as well.
Kept Bernardo, when everyone thought he was going to go. But some guy said to me the other day, he said, LB, what do you think our rating is like out of the window out of 10? And I said, honestly, the only thing that I wanted out of this window that we didn't get was a right-footed winger that can play on the right wing and just take the ball down the wing and put the ball in the box. However, on the whole list of what I wanted, that was like pretty low. I'll say that honestly, out of 10, I'm looking like a 9.8, bro, out of 10. Wow. And the only thing that could have made it for me personally a 10 was if we would have got like a Serge Gnabry. You know what I mean? Or someone who can play on that right hand side and put a ball in the box. Whereas at the moment, I said this before, we have Mahrez, Bernardo, Cole Palmer, who are all left-footed players. So they're all putting in. So, but that's it. You know what I mean? Other than that, I mean, you
can't complain.
You can't complain. And I think the decision to sign Akanji for 15 million quid. I thought, not every City fan is buzzing about that. There is some
but he might grow. It's like with the Nathan Ake thing. When you bought him, everyone was a bit like, Then Guardiola just takes him to another level. So for you guys, it's not bad. For us, I can't lie to you. I think overall, we needed a striker. We didn't get it, but we kept Ronaldo. You know what I mean? Obviously, he couldn't find another club, could he, really?
Yeah.
Obviously, we needed...
I don't think that's a win for United. That's probably an L because now you got to pay his wages for the next 12 months.
Yeah.
He's getting 500k a week.
You know what? When you say that, it's an option, but I feel like for me, it's one of them situations where we still needed a striker. Irregardless. Did that stop us from buying a striker?
The thing is, to me, Ronaldo just looks finished to me, bro. Like, he's not got the energy in his legs anymore, which is not a criticism on him. He's been playing at the top level since he's like 18 years old, and he's what, 37, 38?
37, 38.
This is normal. This isn't a criticism. This is just how human beings work, innit? So, yeah.
He's not the main guy anymore. And
he's not the main guy.
He's not, and you know what it is? I think Ten Hag knows that. To start Elanga again ahead
Does
of him.
Ronaldo know that? That's the problem.
Well, that's a difficult
Will Ronaldo cause Ten Hag problems when he's on the bench? Because he will be on the bench 99% of the time. Because he makes your team worse.
You know what it is? Yesterday when he came on, he looked all right, and
he looked slow to me, bro.
He looked slow, and you know what it is? He hasn't got that part of the game anymore. And can Ten Hag compromise his game for Ronaldo's game?
Nah, he can't.
And that, right now he's saying no. He's saying I'm not playing you. Even if I don't have a striker, I'm still not playing you. And I'm very, very happy with that in terms of a manager that's sticking by his principles. So for us, we got Anthony coming. Like I said, I'm super excited to see that one. He'll be hopefully playing on Sunday. We bought Casemiro. People don't realise we still bought Casemiro. It's crazy to think that Casemiro plays for United.
Casemiro, it's one of them, right? So let's just get the facts out on Casemiro, yeah? Did you overpay for him? I think you probably did.
Yeah.
But does that matter? No.
Because we needed him.
You needed him. You've needed that player for the last 5 years. He's coming at 30 years old, which is why it's overpriced, because he's 30 years old. But he will do a job for United now for the next 4 years.
Yep.
And he's, in my own opinion, I think he's the second best CDM in the world. Behind Rodri.
And
I'm not just saying that because it's Manc talking and I'm trying to throw shade. I genuinely believe that
that's a fair argument. Argument.
Even if people are saying, nah, LB, you're chatting. Like, even if I'm right, you still got the second best CDM in the world, bro. For a club that's not even in the Champions League, that is some massive coup. So, respect for United to getting that deal over the line, because I didn't think it was going to happen. But
Sandro Martinez now looks a beast. You know what I mean? He looks like he's filled in. Malacia's filled in nicely at left back.
Yeah, I still think that, you know what I mean? I still think that them two have got a lot more to prove. You know what I mean? It's only been 5 games, and I think that Martinez will go through periods this season
naturally, of course,
of being really, really good and really strong, but also looking really, really weak. Malacia is an interesting one, because if he can do well at that left back spot, how old is he?
23.
He's going to have that. He could have that spot for the next 10 years at United.
Yeah,
but then we said that about Luke Shaw and that. So Malacia now just has to focus. He can't be much worse.
Wasn't even in the squad, Shaw, yesterday.
Yeah, well, Luke Shaw, I mean, he's probably finished at United.
Yeah.
So yeah, good luck to him, man. Malacia, seems like a decent player, but like Martinez, they need to be putting in consistent performances, game after game after game after game.
Absolutely. And I think Ten Hag will kind of prove that and want that.
Can I ask you a quick question, bro? Though, before we move on that, do you know your defence now? Obviously, are you happy with the transfers that you've done?
Yeah, I think I'm happy overall. I would have wanted a striker. I think that was the kind of thing. But because we kept Ronaldo, I have to trust the manager. But overall, I give it a kind of 8 out of 10 window, 7.5.
I don't think that's pretty high.
7. I'd give it a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, I think 7. Because the fact
we need a striker.
You did need a striker.
You need a striker, and that's what gives it.
And as well, I know you like the players that you've got, but I still think that at the moment they are massive gambles.
Yeah.
Because Martinez is still a gamble, Malacia is still a gamble, and Anthony's a huge gamble, especially the price you paid. Now, because the gambles, obviously Casemiro's not a gamble. Because they're gambles, I don't think I can give it much higher than a 7. Now, you could come back in 3 months' time and go,
it looked like
wow, they've smashed it. Fair play. It actually was at 8 or 9. But you could also come back in 3 months and go, what were we thinking, man? Why did we gamble on you?
But I think because the manager knows them, I think that's why I'm looking at it thinking, you know what? I'm happy that they're kind of it's there. But like I said, everybody's done business this summer. Arsenal, do you reckon they've done well? They didn't get the midfielder in. That Douglas Luiz, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy, They couldn't go in from last minute, man.
I know,
they put in a late 25 million bid in. It's a weird one, isn't it?
I'm struggling to understand this one, bro, because Arsenal need a defender, a centre defensive midfielder, and he's only got 1 year left on his deal. So either one or two things have either happened here. Aston Villa have just said, no, we're not selling him no matter what, but then they're going to lose him on a free transfer next year, which is
clubs are more adamant on not selling.
Yeah, but he's also he's not even starting for Gerrard.
Yeah,
so that baffles me even more. Or Aston Villa have gone, no, we want 30 or 35 million, and Arsenal have gone, no. Now, Is 30 to 35 million a bit too much money for Douglas Luiz, given he's got 1 year left in his contract? Probably yes. But this is what winds me up about Arsenal if this is true, bro. Because they're right now at the top of the league. Okay, they're not going to win the league, but they're right now at the top of the league. They've made an incredible start to the season, and their whole season could crumble because they didn't go in for Douglas Luiz, because they've got Xhaka who gets sent off all the time. They've got Partey's who's injury. El Nenny's now out for a long time apparently.
Yeah.
And you're telling me
in that area, man.
Yeah, and I know they spent a lot of money, but you're telling me that, okay, you could have signed Douglas Luiz for 30 million, 35 million. Maybe they could, maybe they couldn't. And you said no because it was too much money. I just think that's a huge gamble, man. I think they've been dumb.
And that's what they need. They didn't even need Tielemans. They were fighting all summer for Tielemans. Imagine they went in Douglas Luiz at the middle of the window.
Yeah.
And you know what it is? It's when it doesn't sound pretty at the start of the window, Douglas Luiz. But at the end, it's like beggars can't be choosers. But then you've got to do it, man.
It's also just about filling the squad up with class players. Douglas Luiz ain't a world class player, but he's not far away. Do you know what I mean? He's a good player. So when you go in for and they're in all competitions, they're playing in Europa League, you need to have a big squad, man.
Yeah,
and I just think that they could look back at this decision to not go and spend the cash and get Douglas Luiz in a couple of months' time and go, what were we thinking, man?
Of course, man.
When Xhaka's out, El Nenny's out, and Partey's all out, and then they're sat there going, we could have had Douglas Luiz, man, who'd get in most Premier League teams for 30, 35 million. But maybe they could, maybe couldn't. I don't know. Maybe Villa just said, we'll let him go on a free, we need him.
Yeah, listen, I don't know, man, but like I said, they've spent money. They're top of the league. Obviously, we discussed the kind of fixtures and whatnot, but I want to move over to. We're not going to discuss every club, but we're going to pick out certain clubs. Chelsea have spent a lot of money.
I think it was. I checked last night. I think it was about 260 mil.
Yeah, 60 million Cucurella, 47 million Raheem Sterling, Koulibaly 33, Chukwuemeka 20, Kasede 16, Fafana 75, Aubameyang that they got last night 10 million, and then Dennis Zakaria loan. Apparently it's a 2 million loan. Apparently, that's a lot of money, man. And this Tuchel here, man. I'm sorry, man. Like I said, Jay, he can get all the players he wants, but his style of football for me isn't cutting it at Chelsea. And Chelsea for me, I don't know why they tolerate it. I genuinely don't know why they tolerate it.
Because he won the Champions League, bro.
But that's 2 years ago. Well, I'm going to keep shouting about that.
They must think that, spending all this money, they can win another Champions League. But I just don't see it. I think Tuchel, his style of football does not suit this league. We were saying before, right? Well, you got to understand now, right? To win the league, you can't drop points. You can't even draw games anymore because City and Liverpool are so good. Obviously, Liverpool made a slow start, but they'll pick it up at some point. And Tuchel, just like Conte, will draw too many games, man, because they're negative football. Now, will they get top 4? Possibly, yeah. But will they win the league? No. You have to have a manager who will live by the sword, die by the sword, go for it, you know what I mean? Feed them to the lions and just go, what will be, but we need to we need to win.
His aim, in a weird sense, is must not lose. And it's like that mentality of he doesn't want to kind of
Which is why he won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Fair dues.
Knockout competition, it's easy to do that.
Fair dues. And that's where maybe City are a bit the other way. You know what I mean?
Naive.
We go so ham that we get smacked 4 goals in a Champions League game. Whereas him, he never conceded 4 goals in a Champions League game. But he also might not score a goal. And that's why, you know what I mean, in the league, you don't do well. And when it starts to go wrong, it goes wrong because players don't want to play that football, neither.
No.
So as soon as this form starts going, it goes sour so quick.
Sterling's kind of doing his own thing in that team now. He's trying to force things. They got Havertz, is not good enough. But the thing is, Chelsea fans keep saying, but it's the players and this and that. But he keeps playing them. He keeps starting them. He keeps starting Mason Mount. He keeps starting Havertz who's on form. Like Jorginho at CDM. I get there's the option, but they sold Billy Gilmore. They sold Ampadu. They sold players that shouldn't be given a chance at option. This is players that now are ready to play. They're 22, 23. You've got to try something different.
I agree.
I just think for me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Tuchel's overrated manager. I wouldn't want him. I think it's what we call it fuss of football. It's not suited to the Premier League. And again, like I said to you, Chelsea fans, you've got to demand more. You've got to demand more for this manager.
Where can Tuchel go now, realistically? Where he you know what's funny, right? You know what's actually funny is the best club I think for him
Yeah.
Although they might not want him because of the style, but I think it's legitimately the best club for him is PSG. Now, hear me out.
Well,
listen to the reason why.
Doesn't have to do any tactics.
Because
let them
in the
play.
league, they will win the league by default anyway.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in the Champions League, he can then play the boring tactics in the Champions League, which actually might
help them.
Which is funny because he was at PSG and almost won him the Champions League.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think he got to the final, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then lost in the final, which is unlucky. You get to a final, you lose. It's unlucky. But it's funny because I think to myself, well, or maybe Bayern won't accept his style of football. You know what I mean? Because he'll play like that in the Bundesliga. Whereas PSG, he can open up a little bit in the league in France.
It's just a back five. I just feel like for me, it's too pragmatic. It's too kind of like cautious.
Yeah.
And it's just there's no risk element to it. He's very, very risk evasive.
He plays three attacking players.
Let the shackles off.
He plays five defenders.
Yeah.
2 midfielders who are both defensive, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's playing 6 at the back, really.
Yeah, and then he
7 at the back. Sorry,
he play 3 attackers.
Yeah.
But even the attackers aren't even that good. You got Sterling who will score goals, and then you've got Havertz who, for some reason, Chelsea fans, from what I'm seeing online, bro, have seemingly pushed him into the stratosphere again and said, "Oh, Kai Havertz is the man." Well, he's been nowhere for the last couple of years. I know people will comment on this saying, "Oh, he scored against you in Champions League." I don't care. I'm saying on a regular basis. Have you seen that? Apparently, that Erling Haaland has scored
more goals than Chelsea.
More goals, and he's almost at the same level as Havertz since he's been at Chelsea. He's only been here 5 games.
Mate, that is absolutely scary. But listen, Chelsea, they've got big problems. They got West Ham at home. I don't know, man. I think they're going to be in serious trouble this season, man.
That's a tricky one, man.
That's a tricky one. You know what, man? Last night, who do you reckon has been the losers of this transfer window? You got Bournemouth for spent hard. Leicester, man. I think my God.
I think
they were bad yesterday.
Losers, man. Yeah. So losers is something that's like the team has been made weaker. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that you have to look at Leicester. And they've lost Kasper Schmeichel, which is weird.
Yeah.
I still don't understand that. If anyone knows in the chat, let me know it. Because I don't know why he's gone. They've lost Fofana. They've not signed anyone.
They signed a centre-back, but it's from France. That's about it.
That goalkeeper that they had in last night against you looked weird.
Ward.
And you got Vardy, who's aging. You got Maddison, who just doesn't look the same player, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the Brendan Rodgers, who's now calling out the board. Things are toxic at Leicester, man. Things are toxic. And I'm not going to say they're going to go down, because I think they're probably too good, and I think Brendan Rodgers is a good enough manager to keep them up. But do not be surprised if they're lingering in like 15th, 16th place.
And then kind of hovering over relegation
zone. Don't be surprised, mate. Don't be surprised, because they looked poor against you yesterday. And you know what? It's a bit of a sad story, isn't it, man, Leicester? Because they had the miracle, didn't they?
Miracle,
They won the league. And then it's just sort of like...
But it just shows you in life, that you can't take your foot off your gas. You've got to keep maintaining that high standard.
Yeah.
And Leicester haven't done it. And the owners, they've looked like they're going to take this money. They bought a new training ground. Like, Leicester's a good football club. It's a family club. Like, it's sad to see, but it just shows you, man, the mismanagement. You've got other teams that are starting to build up now. Southampton's, you know what I mean? They're starting to now, you know what I mean, get some... Nottingham Forest, for all they're bad, they're spending money.
Spending cash. He's giving it a good go. Look, I don't think Nottingham Forest will be up the league like some people are saying. Like, people are gassing on way too much just because they spent money. At the end of the day, you got to perform, and they look terrible against
I think they'll sack their manager, you know. I think so.
But at least he's giving it a good go. At least he's trying. If they go down, they're going down fighting. You know what I mean? The guy's spending a lot of cash, and fair play to him, but they don't look a good team. They don't look like they can score goals to me.
Yeah. So again, like I said, it's just one of those situations where I feel like for me, Leicester are in trouble. Anyone else that honourable mention that's had a decent window?
I think Spurs and Arsenal, both North London clubs there, have had a decent window. And in fact, an honourable mention to Fulham.
I
think Fulham have had a good window. You know what? I'm saying this. I think Fulham will be alright this season.
I said it, man. I did say it to a lot of people. Yeah. People laughed at me and they're saying, "Oh, Fulham will be this."
People laughing because
you
know what people are doing? People are thinking at the old Fulham. You got to look at Mitrovic, who's looking decent. Marco Silva is a good manager. He's a good manager. There have been question marks about his defensive side of the game, and I do think they will concede goals, but they'll score goals. You look at Nottingham Forest. Well, they're not scoring goals. They ain't going to stay up in the league, regardless of how much money you spend. Fulham can concede goals, but they'll get better defensively as the season goes on, and they'll still continue scoring. And if Mitrovic continues this level of form...
I need to get him that FPL, man. I need to stop messing around and just get him in my FPL.
He's slamming, bro.
But who else is also scoring goals is that meat shield in Haaland, mate. Bloody hell. He's scary, man. Honestly. Yeah. He's a cheat code, you know that?
Bro, can I ask you a question, yeah? Do you know when he signed, did you think he was going to be this good, or was you like the Rory Jennings guy where you was
not Rory. He's a muppet, man. For me, I think I'd say that I didn't anticipate that 2 hat-tricks. Yeah. That kind of, 9 goals in like I thought he might, like, when people say, oh, he's going to explode the league and whatnot. Yeah. I was like, chill out. He still has to learn the Pep way. Yeah, but this guy, I'm saying you right now, he's a cheat code, man.
Yeah, do you know
he's an animal, man.
Do you know what it is as well, right? Is that I watch when I watch like Match of the Day or something like that, and when players go through, like strikers go through bad periods of form, and they might go 10 games without scoring a goal, and then it's really good because you'll have like Alan Shearer on there, you've got Lineker on there, maybe you'll have Ian Wright on there, so like 3 of the greatest strikers in Premier League history, and they'll talk about what the striker can do better, and what you often find is with strikers when they go through bad periods of form is they think too much and they try and get involved in the game too much. So when you look at Haaland is the perfect example of what a striker should just do. He has less than 20 touches a game, which when he doesn't score, people mock him and go, oh, you took the ball 8 times. But he's constantly in the correct areas. At the end of the day, bro, if you stand in the 6-yard box, at some point, you're going to get a tap in. You know what I mean? And people can call it goal hanging, whatever. Who cares? The guy's going to score 30 goals in the Premier League this season, his debut season. And a lot of them will be tap-ins. But people can call him a tap-in merchant, whatever they want. The fact is, he knows where to be at the right place at the right time, man. And man.
And you know what? People can say tappers, but I think it's a movement people got to watch out for.
The movement is scary.
Movement, like the strength and the awareness. And you know what? It's just scary, man. And like I said, Champions League, I think, you know what, man? When you need that goal and you need that little bit of movement, Haaland will be that man. But again, it's going to be a massive, massive opportunity. But the league, like I said to you, right now, obviously, Arsenal are top. But I think Man City, the way Liverpool are playing, I don't see anything special. I was talking to Redmond yesterday. They don't look great.
You know what as well? Arthur Melo signing there on loan. I don't think that helps him particularly well. Yeah. I know people do rate him, but like I don't think he's going to come in and start slamming. In my opinion, the midfield looks trash. Salah. I said it in the summer, right, about Salah, and Liverpool fans jumped on me. I said about Salah. I said, Salah needs to wake up, man, because he's been sleeping for 6 months. And people was like, oh, you're jumping on him, you know what I mean? He still scored 6 goals or 10 goals or whatever it was. I said, nah, what I'm actually saying is, I'm respecting Mo Salah so much that I'm saying that his current level of performance is not good enough. His goal contributions are not good enough since the AFCON, And I said he needs to wake up this season, because if he doesn't wake up, Liverpool won't do well, because that's how it is. And I remember Liverpool fans jumping on me saying, oh, you're jumping on him for no reason. I said, I'm respecting him more than you are, because I'm criticising him because he's set himself such a high bar that if he drops off and starts scoring, if Mo Salah scores 20 goals a season, now that's a poor season for him. You know what I mean? And I'm saying it's a poor season because I'm respecting him.
What he's done.
Because he should be scoring 25 plus goals a season. He should be scoring hat-tricks. He should be terrorising defences. And at the moment, he's not doing that. They scored 9 goals, bro, against Bournemouth. And he didn't score a goal on missing open net.
Mate, my FPL, man, in ruins, honestly. Like, I just feel like with Liverpool, they need to get their players back, yes. But I just feel like that lack of belief that, they say mentality monsters, they came back at that. But I just feel like there's a lack of belief and there's a lack of, there's something missing. I can't put my finger on it. They need time. They need players to come back, and we'll see where they kind of go.
Do you think Mane's a big miss? I think Mane.
He hasn't started the season well, but I still think Mane was that kind of guy that
Mane give you something else, mate.
Give you something else.
I just think with Mane, and I thought this a few years ago. I actually thought, like maybe 3 years ago, that Mane was a better player than Salah, and then basically it became difficult to justify that anymore because Salah went on a madness.
Goals.
But deep down, I kind of always believed that for the team, Mane was a better player. But again, like I say, it was always difficult to argue.
Mane for the team was better.
Yeah, but then obviously Mane's gone. And by the way, they sold him for cheap, man.
Yeah,
30 million, what a joke. He in this market...
Because he had 1 year left of his contract, that's
why. But still, man, you know what I mean? Players going 1 year left on the contract these days for like 60, 70 million.
I know.
It's Sadio Mane.
I know.
And I just think that, I know Diaz is doing good. And I know they bought Nunes. And I know they got Firmino. But I just think Mane... I don't know what it was. Maybe people in the chat can put in what they think, but I think Mane just give that team something else.
Something different. Yeah, of course, man. But like I said, man, it's another weekend of football. We've got Arsenal. You know what I mean? It's about time.
What time are you playing that?
4:30 Sunday.
Boom, so City can go top of the league.
Yeah, listen, man. We're going to be... I think we're going to win them, man. I don't think... Like I said, yeah, I'm going to give credit to Arsenal in a sense that, you know what, 5 games, you're unbeaten. You can't be deluded to think that, you know what. But I'm sorry, man. I'll be honest with you, you haven't come up against a very, very good test. And this, for me, is going to be their litmus test. And I think we're at home.
Their midfield's weak at the moment.
They've got probably a better attack than us. But I think with Anthony coming in, it gives a bit more kind of something to work on. I just look at the way we're playing. We're very solid at the back. I think we're gonna beat them, man. And we're going to humble them on Sunday. And
well, you know... I'd like a draw, man. You know what I mean, I don't want you to get too gassed. That'd be 3 wins on you know what I mean. You'll be having parties soon. So maybe not a win, but like I think you can probably get. Is it at the Emirates? Yeah.
No, it's at Old Trafford.
Is it Old Trafford?
Yeah, Old Trafford.
That's
man.
interesting then, because the onus will be on United to take the game to Arsenal there. Which
I think we will. The crowd will be up for
space in behind the defence, but you know what?
How about Arsenal? When you look at the games, Palace, that was a tough game. Then they had Leicester. Come on, with what they're happening. Expect to beat Bournemouth, expect to beat Fulham, expect to beat. Again, are we saying that it's because it's Arteta's a manager and you know they've been bad in the past and you know what I mean?
I think you have to give them. I think you still have to give them a respect. I know they've not played anyone decent yet, but I think you have to give them a respect. It's not always easy. And the Fulham game, I know they got criticised for the celebration.
But maybe talk about the comeback.
Yeah, the comeback, man. It took a lot out of the team, and the team did well to get the result. So I just think. Let's just wait and see, man, because United had a shocking start, but then 1-2 on the bounce. Not convincingly, but 2 on the bounce. Fair dues. Arsenal had a great start, but not really played anyone. I think this game's going to really show where the teams are at. Have these 2 wins for United just been lucky? Are they going to go? Is it 3 wins? Oh yeah. Is it just been lucky? You know what I mean? Or are they going to do Arsenal? Because if you beat Arsenal, I think then you could
that's
go.
4 and about.
Actually, you know
I'm not. I don't know what is that. It's like United to win 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, man, I feel like, you know...
I tell you, bro, you'll be having parties soon.
Right, that's crazy. Then we go to Crystal Palace. Honestly, this would be the dream scenario, yeah? We win against Arsenal, we beat Palace, international break, and we go into that Manchester derby, and it's like, whoever wins that one is top of the league, innit? I'm sure it is.
I mean, City will win.
I'm just saying though, like I'm not trying to get gassed or anything like that. But just imagine that feeling of like going to the derby with something.
You know what's happening right now in the chat, bro? People are writing in the chat. Saeed, calm down, bro. You're getting too far ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to create a scenario. I'm just saying that would be such a wonderful feeling if that we beat Arsenal, we beat Palace, went to the Crystal Palace games, went to the Manchester derby, and I could literally like. At least have a bit of chest to say we're coming in and we're gonna beat you.
I can just imagine the chat now, bro. I can imagine the
chat.
Listen, man,
the chat, man. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them. I'm just foreseeing something. I'm trying to be positive in a way where if we can meet these 2 games, which they're possible to beat Palace and Arsenal. It's not as if not gone forward, and then go into that Manchester derby because I've not been in a Manchester derby where there's actually like something to play for. Like normally it's like, you know what, let's get the score down, or you know what, let's hope and let's pray for a win. Like that's what it's been like. We've not really had hope in the last while. So like I said, I'm positive. Like I said, is it pretty football in the second half? No, but I have to have perspective in that. You know what, we would have lost that game, we would have done this, heads would have dropped, our defence is improved. You know what I mean? The manager can now bring in options now. You've just got to take it step by step, game by game. I think we're winning 2-1. Who you got this weekend?
We got Villa.
Oh my God, Gerrard.
5 kick-off.
Could this be the game where Gerrard gets sacked, you reckon?
Well, yeah, you know what? You can look at this 2 ways. You can look at City, from a City point of view, and go, oh, we've got probably one of the best teams to play in the league at the moment, bar Bournemouth, who we've already played. Because Villa...
They were poor against City, though.
You could, yeah, but you could also go to Villa and say, this could be tricky, man, because Gerrard's going to be fighting for his career there. The players are going to be fighting for their spot. However, we go there in mint form. Haaland back-to-back hat-tricks. Alvarez coming through.
5:30 kick-off. Do you do well on 5:30 kick-offs?
I don't think we do not well. You know what I mean? I don't think we do not well, man. I'd rather a 5:30 kick-off than a 12:30 kick-off anyway.
Oh, man. Sure. Honestly, I don't think we've got one for a while now, but I'm so glad I don't like them 12:30.
No, they're not nice. But you know what? Confident with the full understanding that we are playing a team that's going to be scrapping for their lives.
Yeah.
We're playing against a manager who don't like us anyway because he's ex-Liverpool and he's fighting for his job, like you say. So it's going to be tough, but it's one of them. It's always simple to say, but it's always harder to do. But if you go there and play to your best, you will win that game.
Yeah.
So just give 100%, play your best, and you win the game.
I think the quality as well, they'll be naive at the back. And I mean, one thing I don't like about it is that Emily Martinez guy, I don't know, man, he's just gone so... His stocks are just fallen so badly, man. But
he crashed in it.
It is what it is. Anyone else that I think the pick of the weekend, I think, like I said, man, it's just about us getting a win, you guys getting a win. And then now it's just football now, innit? It's just end-to-end. Champions League. You know, by the time we film this next week, you'd have paid Sevilla. We'd have paid...
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to mention it, but, you know, like I said, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We're in the Europa League, man.
But actually, I got a question for you, right? I should have spoke about this before, actually. Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
Big. I mean, we spoke about Ronaldo, a big call leaving Ronaldo out the team, but leaving Harry Maguire out the team, I think he's arguably a bigger call because...
I said that as well.
With Ronaldo, it's like, well, you can drop him because he's 37 years old. Harry Maguire is still your club captain, and he's a £100 million player, or near enough, whatever, 80 mil. So it's like, I think it's a massive call for him tonight. I think it's one that he should stick with.
Yeah. I think he should. What you can't change things, you know what I mean? Don't fix what isn't broken, innit? That's what they say, innit? So, I think for me...
Do you think Maguire's finished at United?
I think it's looking that way. I know, like, this will probably be his last season at United, and then he kind of moves on, gets the last kind of...
Why did Ten Hag give someone else a captain's armband then?
He's got Bruno as captain now.
Yeah, but like officially, do you know what I mean? Like officially,
I know.
He's now our club captain.
I think you know what Ten Hag, because he knows what the media is like. If you then strip him of the captaincy rather than just drop him is easier. You know when he's stripping on the captaincy, it creates headlines in it, and it's like when he's dropped them, I was like, well, he's not playing off. It's not formed, is it? When he's stripping on the captaincy, it's like, it's headline news, isn't it? So for me, like I said, trust the manager, see what he's about. Like I said, have full faith in him, and we just go from there, man. And that's all we do. So it is what it is. But listen, people, that's been the end of the Manc Talk. We have been, like I said to you, sorry about last week. The fixtures, man, they're piling up in it, man. So we probably will end up doing this every Friday because we're in the Europa League. So make sure you tune in every Friday, people.